Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday, May the 13th. Today is SSI Pay Day. I hope everyone got their direct deposit. And if you haven't got it, take a deep breath. I know it's very frustrating, but you should have got a direct deposit, or you should have got it to your Direct Express card, or if you get it by check, it will be mailed out on Friday, May the 15th. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about those that live in some of the U.S. territories, your stimulus payment that you'll be getting. And I'm going to also answer some questions that I've been getting about the representative payees. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about all that coming up next. My name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr., and I am the Chief Investment Officer of Warwick Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida, with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video about all things financial. I talk about the stock market, I talk about investing, I talk about the economy, and everything in between there. So come join this ride and join the journey with me. So today is the day, May 13th. This is the day that the Social Security Administration advised on their website last week. I made a video about it on last Friday, I believe it was, that they would be disseminating all the economic stimulus payments for everyone that is on SSI, the supplemental insurance income. Excuse me. So everyone on SSI, not SSDI though, and not on Social Security or anything else. Although I will say that many of the Social Security recipients that are on the retirement benefits, the VA benefits, most of those payments have been processed. So if you have not received that payment yet, there may be something else that's holding it up, but majority of them have been processed. This is stated on the Social Security Administration's website that majority of those payments are processed. So if you fall into that category where you haven't received yours yet, I would advise you to please check your eligibility, or check if there's another reason why it has not been sent to you or you have not received it. Majority of the reasons are that someone else more than likely may have claimed you on their taxes as a dependent, and that disqualifies you from being able to receive it. If you rewind down in my scroll about 2 or 3 videos ago, I talked about how dependents can still receive the economic stimulus and receive the full amount of the $1,200. But unfortunately, they're gonna have to do it next year. So watch that video to learn more about that if you do fall into that category. So I wanna get right into it today. Talk about, I did receive a couple questions from people in Puerto Rico about receiving their economic stimulus for those that are in U.S. territories. And I'm gonna read to you from the website exactly what it says from the Social Security website. And it talks about the five U.S. territories, and it says special rules in the Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security Act, which is the CARES Act, we all know it as that, apply to these 5 U.S. territories. And the 5 U.S. territories are the American Samoa, Guam, Puerto Rico, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So in each one of those territories, you are eligible for the economic stimulus, but you have to reach out to your individual taxing authority. On this website, and I'll provide it below in the description of this video, is a link to each one of the tax authorities for each of those U.S. territories. You have to reach out to them specifically to discuss your economic stimulus and how you will be receiving it. But you will be receiving it, and you can just follow up with them for the details in that respect. The next thing I want to talk about is those that have a representative payee. That seems like that's been the biggest hot button most recently, because there's really no details around it as to why it is being delayed. Most of the people that do have a rep payee have not received their stimulus payment yet, and it's being delayed. And this is what the IRS has advised, and this is what I've been advising everyone else. And you can check this out. You can read it on the website for yourself and follow up with them. And I suggest that you do follow up on the website so you'll have all this information at your fingertips. But it says the IRS has not determined when payments will be made to someone who did not file a 2019 or 2018 tax return and who has a representative payee. Since the IRS is processing payments automatically based on a filed tax return and processing payments for people who used their non-filer tool, these payments from the IRS could be made to someone with a representative payee. So that's where the non-filer tool came into play early on in this economic stimulus process when they introduced the tool, and it didn't work and it was quite clunky, but they advised everyone to go to it. I know so many people were confused. It was like, I was advised not to go to it. I'm on SSI or disability. I shouldn't have to go to it. I'm not supposed to go to it. It was specifically, I guess, for this group of people here, those with the representative payee. If you did not file your 2019 or your 2018 tax returns, the best way for the government, or I should say the best way for the IRS to get your updated payment information for the economic stimulus was to use the non-filers tool, because they did not look back in history for that. So if you were on SSI or disability, or if you just were a non-filer and didn't have the income that qualified for you to file a tax return, that would be the site that you would go to enter your information to ensure that the government has your most updated address, banking account information, all that information, so that you can receive your economic stimulus. Now, as of today, as of noon today, this option is no longer available. So if you have not updated your information, hopefully you're watching this video before noon, and hopefully you have updated already. So go ahead and update the non-filers tool, which is important that you do so, even though you may have gotten your economic stimulus payment, or you may be about to receive it shortly, or you have a pending transaction, or whatever the case may be. You still want that information updated. It is highly likely, it's not guaranteed, but there's a high likelihood that we will receive a second CARES Act or another economic stimulus payment. And you don't want to just go through this process where everything is slowed down and everything is convoluted because your information is not up to date. So please do that. Go ahead and update your information. It doesn't hurt anything if your information is updated on there at all. I have seen a lot of messages and received a lot of comments from people that says, hey, I actually entered my Direct Express card information in there in the filer tool. I was able to get in, and they have pending transactions, and they had a pending transaction for their economic stimulus payment to receive it, and it's been working and it's been going through. So please use that. The last thing I wanted to discuss today was the payment schedule grid that's on the Social Security Administration's website. So if you go onto the website, and again, the link is in the description of this video, and I know about 30 people are going to send me comments and say, where's the link? It's in the description of the video. So if you go to their website, they do have a payment schedule grid on there as to when you can expect for your payments to come out. Now, it breaks it down for different scenarios. It breaks it down for if you filed your 2019 taxes but not the 2018, or vice versa, or if you didn't file your taxes at all. Then it also breaks it down for those that have a representative payee and those that do not. So it gives you a myriad of choices of where you could fall into the grid if you have not received your stimulus payment yet. And even if you have, if you think you should have received it yet, I know a lot of people reach out to me and say, everyone in my community got it, all of my neighbors have got it, and I'm the only one that didn't get it. So if you think there's a reason why you haven't got it, I would advise that if you fall into that category, please check that grid on the website to see if it was sent out to your category in which you fall in. And if it was, then I would advise you to follow up with the IRS. I know we can't call them right now, although someone did leave a comment earlier in one of my videos with the number that she was able to get through to the IRS for. But what they did advise is to use the addresses and send them notes. That way they're able to check that. It's going to be a slow process, but those addresses are listed on the IRS's website, and it's based on your region and your state as to where your economic stimulus check is being sent out from the regional office. So if you can follow up with that, I hope everyone received their payment today. If you didn't get it today, I hope you'll be received it in the mail. Yeah, I would say maybe about Monday or so if it's mailed out on Friday. And lastly, I have not forgot about you. I know all those that are on SSDI keep asking, where is my payment? Why haven't I got my payment yet? I know a lot of people personally, and a lot of people that I've spoke to over the last several days, over the last several weeks, that are on disability and have not received their economic stimulus payment. And unfortunately, there has not been any update that has been provided in that respect. But I do promise, as soon as I hear something, as soon as something is given out, that is concrete, I will make another video and I will report it and we'll give you the information as soon as possible. I know this is very, very important. A lot of people need it. I read all the comments, even if I don't get a chance to reply to them. I do skim through them and I read them and I say little silent prayers in my private time for you guys, for everyone out there. I know everyone is struggling and I know how hard it is. So I ask that you please just hang in there. Please stay tuned. I'll give you updates as soon as possible. I was praying and hoping that the SSDI would be arriving at the same time as SSI. I did see one comment, I only had one comment actually, from a person that's on disability income that said they had a pending transaction from last night on the 12th into their account. So hopefully there are several more cases like that that just didn't reply, and there are several more people that were on disability income that received their economic stimulus payment today. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much. And if this is your first time coming to my channel and viewing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button. Please like this video. Please share this video. It helps me grow the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much. I pray everyone has a great day.